Namaste friends, this is Elle with Sacred Union Tarot, and I am going to do a Sunday Spiritual Sapience reading just for guidance, questions. This is the day I start with all clean decks, and I haven't used the Rumi deck for a long time, so I'm going to start with that. I also have the Psychic Tarot and the Shadowscapes Tarot. So here are the decks that I'm using. So let's get started and find out what is going on, what we need to know about life, love, our ascension, our mission, whatever Spirit thinks that we need to know to begin this week. So Sunday, this is the last Sunday of February. It's the 27th, which is a 9. You're going to take that card. From Nothing to Everything. It's a 16 card. From Nothing to Everything. Feels like somebody is manifesting. Somebody started with nothing, or something began with nothing and then it just manifested. Let's see what the book says. From Rumi. Oh, my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. There are moments on the path of love that seem to focus on letting go of identities, of knowledge and certainty, of opinion, or even attempts at control. We feel as though we are being stripped back to our core, and even then, perhaps further still. We are asked to dispense with our story, the interpretations we have given our life experiences over the years. We may vaguely note but not recognize the great divine source asking this of us. So we do not give such an inclination. This oracle comes with guidance for you. You are being asked to let go, to receive, to become empty, to be filled. This may be letting go of attachment to a lover so you can receive genuine love. Which is funny because I was before I started, I was kind of doing a little talk during the pre-shuffle, and I was going to tape it. And then it just got to be where it was such a discombobulated sequence that I just ended up starting the video over. But part of that was attachment. That most people watch tarot for indications of what's going to happen with somebody else. They're waiting to know what somebody else is going to do in their love life, or what's going on with somebody they have an attachment to. And the problem with that is that part of this lesson is non-attachment. Here we have financial and material changes in the reverse. Letting go of, well, there's the 21, the universe card. That is the world card. So really, oh, and look, the new beginnings, the Fool card. The beginning and the end. Oh, this is interesting. From nothing to everything. Letting go of control, letting go of attachment, letting go of what you think you're supposed to So in this card, this is represented with, this is the Fool card. And the Fool card is kind of a new level a new path. Maybe this is your awakening. I like to think the whole major arcana is the ascension process, and there's that first step, which is your awakening, where you become cognizant of you being a soul in a human body. And there's so many lessons that you have to start, and this is the first step. This is the new beginning of your spiritual ascension. And all the things that you've learned up to this point, you can bring with you. They've all been like karmic lessons, and they're going to help you along the path. This is enlightenment. This is the end of the tarot. This is transcendence. You are an enlightened being now. No body attached. You are, consciousness, part of the divine source. And in order to do that, you have to let go of the material and financial things that you've become very attached to in order to make this journey. So that's exactly what that is. So let's pull some tarot. This is the Shadowscapes Tarot. Let's talk about this financial. What about this financial and material letting go? Actually, they asked me to start at New Beginnings. Sounds like a good place. The New Beginnings card. Okay. The Hermit, number 9. The Hermit is kind of like your spiritual illuminator. He's there to help guide you on your path, and there are some times that you have to become in hermit mode in order to be able to think deeply about the lessons that you're learning, to become aware, to receive this guidance. And that you could do it through meditation. Oftentimes it's just being alone. So that might be something that you need to do that will help you on your path. Here we have the 9 of Wands. Generally, the 9 of Wands is, it's like you've been on this long, arduous journey. You've taken all of these steps in order to get somewhere, and you've worked really, really, really hard. And the Wands to me are actions. These are decisions and actions that you take based upon the decisions that you make. And this looks like this guy is just like, okay, I've taken all of these steps. These are all these steps that you've taken. And now you're at the point of kind of like the Fool, about to say, this is a new journey. Okay, these are all the karmic lessons I'm going to bring with me based upon my actions. I've learned all of these things. So now I'm ready to begin this new journey. What about the Universe card, though? Well, these fell over there intentionally in the challenge position, and this is the Ace of Swords and the Star. The Star to me is hope and healing, wishes, things that you aspire to, and this is the Ace of Swords is truth and clarity. This is recognizing your truth, making your decisions based upon your truth. So on this new path, it is really important that you make your decisions now based upon your authentic truth, which you need to connect to with this Hermit. Let's see what else. I don't even know if I'm going to publish this reading. The Magician and Strength. Okay, the Magician card to me is somebody who is going to begin manifesting. They're kind of like the alchemist. They are divinely protected. And this is the card after the New Beginnings. This is the 1 card. So it's almost, see how she's manifesting. And this is green for the heart chakra. So I think this is manifesting what it is that her heart desires, or his heart desires. Take it as it resonates. But with the divine protection that you have and the spiritual guidance, you now are ready to embark on this transformative journey to enlightenment. And there's going to be people that come into your life, and you are going to have to face, you're going to have the strength to face yourself for the first time, probably in your life, on this journey. King of Swords, that's making those decisions in that clarity, in that truth. The King of Swords is the decisive decision maker. He uses his wisdom, his karmic experiences, the lessons that he's learned, you know, his rational thought in order to make decisions. And you want to balance that with your spiritual decisions. And then these cards came out, which is the Queen of Cups and the Two of Cups. Okay, so here we get into this relationship thing. The Two of Cups to me is a relationship. And there's an entwining. See how the trees are entwined. So this is about, and the Queen of Cups is somebody who is emotionally open and receptive and giving, and can be an overgiver, but somebody who is just that loving cup. And there is a connection here that is part of your ascension path. Your divine counterpart is here. And it's almost like twin flame energy, because you are entwined together as masculine and feminine, and you are in this connection together, and you have to balance that masculine and feminine energy within you in order to move along this path of enlightenment. What about this financial and material changes? The Empress and the High Priestess. Wow, major arcanas there. Okay, so if you see in these cards, the Empress, generally she's pregnant in the traditional tarot. However, here she is helping transform. The butterflies are transformation, and she has a basket of butterflies from her abundance she is using to transform. She has that power to transform, whether it be creating or helping others transform their life. And then we have the High Priestess. And this High Priestess is your knowing. This is your higher self. And here is the wisdom. Owls are wisdom. It's kind of like that silent, subtle wisdom. Wow. So as you detach from this material attachment, then you learn that your energy is what is transformative for yourself, and it's where your creative essence lies. And that when you connect that with your intuition, you don't really need to be attached to the material things. There is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups to me is somebody in a really melancholy mood. They show disinterest in things that are being offered to them. They're longing for something else. And it could be that because you feel the spiritual connection, you're no longer interested in something that is in a traditional relationship sense. That, you know, Now that you have started this journey, you are now aware that you are part of a divine couple, a counterpart. You have a counterpart out there. And until you meet that counterpart, you feel like something is missing. What else do they want to say? Let's take some more. There's the Destiny card, the Wheel of Fortune. What else needs to come out? Okay, so we have in the reverse, rejoice in celebration. This is 3 of Cups. This is union energy, the way I read tarot. This is coming together, and it could be a celebration card, but there is a larger cup here. And this is kind of like unification. So this is kind of like the 4 of Cups. You're more interested in this holy union, this divine union. And I see this as the, union of the 2 counterparts as well as the divine. That's just what the 3 of Cups means to me. And then this is partnerships and alliances. So here's that kind of that 3 of Pentacles. This is the 3 of Pentacles card, but this is definitely, you have 2 3s here. That's a master number 33. But this is rejoice in celebration and partnerships and alliances. But they did come out in the reverse. I'm going to ask why in just a minute. And here's choosing wisely. This is the 7 of Cups energy. So making conscious choices. Along this path is so super important. All right, let's find out why this partnership and alliances and union energy is in the... there it is. There's the Lovers. Okay, so that's what that is right there. What this is focusing on the traditional template of relationships with that attachment. That not only do you have to detach from the material, but you also have to detach from the traditional template of relationships, because it does not work. It does not... you can't overlay a divine counterpart relationship on top of a traditional relationship where there's attachment, codependency, narcissism, unhealed energy, because that just kind of perpetuates the trauma. There's the 5 of Pentacles. That's the trauma. That's perpetuating the trauma, because that's constantly kind of hurting each other, and that's not what divine is. Divine love is not hurtful. It's restorative. Here's the King of Wands in the challenge position, and the 10 of Wands. In this card, the 10 of Wands is this female, the feminine figure has the weight of the world literally kind of on her shoulders. And the King of Wands isn't being very helpful. So there's wise choices to be made here. Page of Cups. Pages for me are messages. They could be messages from the divine. They can be messages from other people. but they're messages. And the Page of Cups means this is a message that is related to something emotional for you. It could be you know, a call from somebody. It could be you know, somebody saying something to you. Most people read it as an apology. This is Temperance. There's the Balance. Bottom of the deck, Judgment. The 20 card. This is the 21 card, the World card. The Judgment card to me is the this is kind of like your ascension. This is that you're getting close to the end of the journey and you realize now, see how she's not attached? How very similar these cards are. It's like, you know, kind of last call. This is your last step before you get to that source connection where you feel that you are that enlightenment conscious being. This is your last call. This is the last step in the journey until you get there. All right, I'm going to take I'll take another Rumi card. So what you're probably most interested in is this non-attachment to this relationship. If you are in a divine connection, which many of us are, some of us are twin flames, some of us are soulmates. They're both divine connections. They're not going to be the same as a karmic partner. They're going to be spiritually supportive. Blessing of Al-Hakim. It's a number 40 card. I don't even know if I've ever pulled this card before. Sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment. Cleverness is an opinion. Bewilderment is a vision. Okay, let's see. This oracle comes with special guidance. If you are uncertain about an issue in your life, be at peace. There is divine healing that can occur most readily in the unknowing. Follow the sacred honoring ritual and know that all indeed is well, beloved soul. Perhaps you are journeying very deep indeed, and your allegiance to your intellectual mind is softening in favor of your allegiance to your heart knowing. Look into the old ways and the ancient wisdom teachings that run as one vein in life, giving love through all traditions. The old wisdom teach of cycles, of timing, of letting go to allow for new life to happen, and all of the greater intelligence and scheme of life to which we must surrender if we were ever to know a moment's peace. So this is all about letting go of attachment, and that is very difficult to do, especially when it comes to loving relationships where you feel like you really want to be with this particular person. You do have to detach with love and learn that you are never really separate. That is part of this journey. It's probably the most profound part of this journey, is that you are never really separate. Okay, I'll leave it there. Namaste.